The deepest truths are not always spoken out loud, they are felt. Have you ever paused to consider why a man can hear "I love you" many times and still walk away? It is because those words, as important as they may seem, are not always the real feeling. Sometimes they are only the start, and right now, what we are entering is the powerful heat. Before we go further, press that like button and subscribe. Not for me, but because I am putting all of myself into this. I am not reading a prepared text. I am speaking from the place inside that knows just how serious this truly is. Deeper than simple thinking, beyond easy advice. This is for the part of you that is tired of overthinking, done wondering what he feels, truly ready to be noticed while becoming unforgettable in his world. That is what we are building here, and I need you fully present. So picture this: you walk into a room, you have the same clothes, the same smile, but something has changed. The way you carry yourself is different. You are not looking around hoping he will see you. You already own the space. You sit next to him, not in a way that begs for his look, but in a way that makes it impossible for him to miss your presence, even if he tried. That is not luck. That is your energy. Because true attraction is not about being seen the most. It is about being the one who touches his inner self. That does not happen by trying harder. It happens when you become someone who stays in his thoughts long after the room is empty. Somewhere along the way, you were sold a nice but shallow idea that men want words, that if you just say, "I love you" enough times, he will stay completely attached, as if feelings work like a secret code. But here is the reality. Men do not stay where they are told to. They stay where they feel something, where there is depth, where it is honest, solid, and clearly real. Because men do not just listen, they sense. They remember the way your fingers moved on his skin as if it mattered, the way your laughter felt like being free, the way you turned and left, not out of anger, but out of quiet belief in your value. That kind of woman does not ask to be remembered. She is already carved in his mind. And do not confuse this with pretending or putting on a show. This is not about acting. This is about showing the version of you that moves with deep feeling. The kind of woman who understands that quiet can sometimes sound louder than any "I love you." A woman whose being tells stories that words never could. This is not some list of quick fixes. This is a turning point. 12 ways to make a man feel truly loved. Not through empty statements, but through a presence that stirs something deep inside him. So deep that even the words "I love you" become small compared to how you exist within him. This is for the women who already know they are enough but want to become impossible to forget. We are not following old rules, we are breaking them. All those weak whispers that told you to stay small, not be too strong, forget them. Because when your intensity is based on truth, it becomes something he cannot walk away from. You are not here to be nice. You are here to be unforgettable. So pay close attention to every sentence, every break. This is not just extra chat. This is the change. Relationship understanding set on fire. And when this is done, I do not want you to just understand your power. I want you to live it. If you are with me, say it out loud. Put it in the comments. Let it echo through you. I am the gravity. That is correct. Not a pull, not smoke. Gravity. Now stay close. We are about to start this. Picture this. You are at dinner with him. That comfortable spot you both enjoy, low lighting, gentle music, the kind of place where even the eating tools feel romantic. He is across from you, hair messy from the day in that shirt that makes you slightly stop breathing. He starts telling a story, something important. Your phone makes a noise. You look down, just a moment, a text message, not urgent. You look up again. He is still speaking, but something has changed. His tone is still kind, but the sparkle in his eyes has dimmed, and in your chest, you feel it. You left the moment. It was not on purpose. Life is non-stop. Work, deadlines, group messages, a million things yelling for your focus. You were not ignoring him because you did not care. You were just caught in the rush. But in that quick second, something small happened. He sensed it. He probably will not say anything, but a small barrier starts to grow. And over time, he shows you fewer and fewer of those gentle parts he once shared easily. Because true love is not built on big announcements. It is found in the quiet, the things left unsaid, and real attention. That is love in action. It is not about staring like he is putting on a show. It is about making him feel like in that moment he is the focus of your world, even when you are surrounded by others. Maybe you are thinking, what if he does not even see when I am fully there? What if I give him all my attention and he is still focused on his screen? Listen to me. When a woman leads with being fully present, she changes the whole space. She does not have to chase his attention. She becomes it. Presence is not a thing you give, it is who you are. And that kind of presence is impossible to resist. It is not loud, not showy, just truly real. Let me tell you something he will never forget. He might not remember the message you sent, but he will remember the way you looked at him like nothing else mattered. That kind of moment stays. So when you sit next to him, do not bring your mental list of things to do. Do not scroll a little while nodding. Arrive with peace, with firmness. Show him with your energy, I am here with you completely. That is rare and that is unforgettable. Be with him as if your spirit is listening. In a world set up for distraction, a woman who is rooted in presence becomes the wonderful thing. She becomes the moment he did not know he needed. And when we talk about touch next, it is not just about skin. It is a communication, a memory, a quiet truth. Go say it now. Write it. Whisper it. Feel it inside you. I am the presence. Now picture this. He comes home after a long day. He is quiet, tired, carrying a weight he may never speak about. You step forward, smile, and wrap your arms around him. Not a quick hug, not a gentle tap while your mind rushes elsewhere. A true hug, full arms, full spirit. You hold him for 7 seconds. You breathe together and something changes. His chest relaxes, his grip eases. Without a single word, he gets the message. I am here. You matter. We are still strong. That is what touch means. Not just being close physically, but emotional safety, memory, comfort. Men often will not ask for it, but their hearts need it. Their bodies hold stress, and your touch, slow, calm, planned, tells a truth deeper than words. I pick you again and again. You have felt it too, have you not? A fast kiss feels like a habit. A slow touch opens something inside. It stays, it speaks, it sings. Touch that is rushed is noise. Touch that is planned, that is music. So next time, do not just walk past him. Pull him in like you truly mean it. Let him soften. That is when his shoulders drop. That is when his soul sighs. That is when the connection deepens. Not because of desire, but because of home. Hold him like you believe in him, like there is nowhere else you would rather be. Because that kind of touch does not go away. It stays. Not just on his skin, but in his memory. And the way into a man's heart is not just food, it is the caring behind it. Picture this, it is a normal Tuesday, nothing fancy, just tiredness in the air. But he walks into the kitchen and there you are cooking his favorite meal. Not because it is simple, not because it is quick, but because it makes him feel seen, known, safe. He might not say it out loud, but you will see it in his shoulders. He will breathe out in that quiet way men do when they feel remembered. Because for a man, food is more than just food. It is memory, it is comfort, it is connection. It is proof that someone thought of him when no one else did. You did not ask what he wanted, you just knew. And in a world that keeps asking men to carry everything silently, that moment of care, it means everything. Maybe you are thinking, I'm not here to serve anyone. I'm not here to play house. And I hear you. This is not about old-fashioned roles. This is about emotional understanding, the ability to care with accuracy, to say with your actions, I see what gives you peace, and I love being the one who offers it. Because that is not giving in. That is connection. That is depth. That is offering something real in a world focused on the surface. What you are really saying is, I see you, and I remember what brings you happiness. And that is unforgettable. That is connection. Even if it is just warming up leftovers with care, or baking something that fills the room with warmth and old feelings, even if it ends up a little burned, even if there is flour everywhere, it is never about being perfect. He is not judging the food. He is feeling the love beneath it. Because when a man steps into a space that smells like something made just for him, it is not just his hunger that wakes up, it is his heart, and that feeling stays long after the last bite. You are not cooking to amaze him, not putting on a show. You are showing affection in its purest way, because what is next is not about what is on the plate, it is about looking good. The version of you he cannot stop noticing, especially when you are not trying at all. It is not about showing off. It is about reminding yourself that you are the fire, and he is lucky to feel that heat. So picture this. It has been a tiring week. You have been wearing comfy pants, your hair in a messy knot, a big loose shirt because, well, life is real. But tonight you decide to change the energy. You slip into that dress, the one that fits your shape just right. You step into the room and suddenly he forgets what he was thinking about. He looks at you like he is seeing you again for the very first time. And no, it is not about the cloth, it is about what it represents. Because when you wear something that quietly says, "I still want to light you up," even after everything life throws at us, it communicates strongly without a single word. Now you might ask, do I have to dress up just to keep him interested? Absolutely not. You do it because you care about how you feel. Because when you feel sure, alive, glowing, you do not just get his attention, you take back your own. You look in the mirror and think, she still got it. Men might be drawn to how things look, yes, but more than anything, they react to the energy behind it. The kind that flows when a woman remembers her own glow. So do not dress up for him. Do it for that inner part of you who refuses to fade. Every smooth move, every soft breath, every step you take says, I am choosing to show up in this love. And that is not a small action. That is everything. Picture this. You are tying your shoes, not because you are chasing a number, not because some time of year is coming, but because you want more time. More time next to the one you care about. You breathe in deeply. You move your body. And it is not about being overly concerned with looks. It is about dedication, a quiet, steady promise. You are saying, I want to be here, not just now, but for years to come. For all the laughs, all the plans, all the moments yet to happen. That green drink in your cup is not a punishment. It is an act of love. Because this is what matters. Your health does not only help you, it becomes a gift to him. When he watches you take care of yourself, balance your feelings, protect your peace, he sees something lasting. He sees a woman who is fully committed, not just with statements, but with consistency, with dedication, with effort. A woman who does not simply say, I love you, but shows, I plan to be here. Maybe you worry, but what if he does not notice it? What if he is not doing the same? Let me tell you, your intent is not wasted just because it is not spoken. Your steadiness speaks volumes. Even when no one applauds, self-care is not a luxury, it is love in action. And when you protect your well-being, you are also protecting the love you are growing. Now, what is coming next is not about physical strength. It is a different kind of power. The kind that lives in your voice, in the words you say that encourage him. Inside every man is a young boy quietly wondering, am I good enough? You do not fix that question, you comfort it. Imagine this, he is in the kitchen, opening a jar, carrying out the trash, putting things away. He is not looking for compliments, he is just doing what needs to be done. And you look at him and say with a smile that means something, I love how you handle things without needing to be asked. He might just nod, but something in him feels taller, because even strong men carry quiet worries. Am I seen? Am I valued? What makes a man feel good more than compliments? Being noticed, being truly observed. It is when you say things like, I see how you make sure the door is locked every night, or I notice how you always fix what is broken without complaining, or I felt how you gave me space when I needed to talk. That is where closeness is created, not in big showy moves, but in quiet confirmations. Maybe he is not the best at saying nice things back. Maybe he forgets to return the kindness. But when you move from expecting to recognizing, you build something strong. And a man who feels lifted does not just stay, he grows. Speak to his deepest self, not to make him feel too big, but to support him. Now imagine this. He is stretched out on the sofa with headphones in, lost in some random show or game that makes no sense to you. You walk past, look at him, and instead of sighing or interrupting, you say, "Enjoy it, dear, I will be around." No stress, no mocking, just trust. And he looks up, thankful, maybe even surprised, because suddenly he realizes something. Being with you feels easy because you do not need constant proof to feel secure. A man who is given room to breathe gives more when he returns. You want to live in his mind forever. Be the woman who is okay when he needs space. The woman who knows real love is secure enough to stand on its own, even in quiet times. He does not need you every second. What he needs is to feel he can be himself, and you will not break apart. You do not disappear when he is not stuck to your side. And here is the truth. A woman who gives a man the space to miss her becomes the kind of longing that stays in his heart in the best way. So when he says he is going out or just needs an hour alone, do not worry, do not think the worst. Let it be what it is, him resetting, him returning to himself. You do not lose a man by letting him breathe. You keep him by trusting in the space between, and when he returns fully without resistance. Now let us talk about intimacy. The kind that is not rushed. In this fast-moving world, everything is sped up. Kisses, conversations, closeness. But what leaves the deepest mark is not speed, it is depth. Picture this. He has had a difficult day. You reach for him, and instead of rushing into excitement, you slow everything down. You gently touch his body. You breathe him in like you are finding him again. You let your energy lead, not your rush. And in that softness, something special happens. He stops holding back. He lets go. Because real intimacy is not about getting to a finish line. It is about creating a moment. One that holds him, that tells him without words, you matter. Sometimes intimacy is not wild. It is still. It is not how fast your hands move, but how meaningful your touch is. When you stop rushing toward a peak, and instead settle into being present, everything changes. He does not just react, he surrenders to your breath, your rhythm, your care. That is when his guard drops. That is when his heart speaks. Let him feel you, not just your body, but your purpose. Let him feel the quiet stretch between kisses. Let it say, you are home. Maybe you wonder, but what if he does not meet me there? What if he stays in a rush? Then you slow it down. You guide it. Because when a woman brings stillness into intimacy, she redefines connection. He remembers that more than anything. He remembers how your hands told him he was enough, how your kisses asked for nothing, how your presence wrapped around him like truth. So slow it down. Be the fire that stays. Let your intimacy be less about the quick spark and more about the steady light that warms him long after. That is the lasting mark. That is what he cannot forget. And by now you have likely noticed the idea running through all of this. It is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters with purpose, with soul. It is not about earning love. It is about being love, letting it live in your look, your tone, your actions. Because real love does not shout. It whispers. It holds steady, it lasts. And that is what makes a woman unforgettable. Not the amount of her words, but the weight of her truth. Because a man might hear, I love you, 100 different times from 100 different people and forget them all. But he will never forget the woman who made him feel like he could finally breathe. The one who looked past his defenses, who loved him not for what he could be, but as he was, who did not chase perfection, but gave permission to just be.